Morning, folks. Another edition of 10-Minute Tuesday time. We're all deep into COVID-19 territory. It's interesting times. It knocked the wind out of my sails, that's for sure, early on in the process. I had all kinds of U-Butte events planned around the world that are obviously not happening. But in the last 2 or 3 weeks, it has just provided such an interesting, unexpected and beautiful opportunity to have conversations with people about a bunch of fear that had laid dormant. So there's been great things that have happened in my world as a result of this challenging season. So I'd be interested to see what good has come out of it for you. This quote from Marianne Williamson is an old one, but a good one, and I think it represents a beautiful gift. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. What a beautiful quote. Today's topic is around the idea that we are each a gift to humanity. You are a gift. I am a gift. And it's an interesting subject because it's a difficult one to talk about, I find. One of the things that I struggle with, well, I don't know if I struggle with, but I don't think it's very effective, is when someone shares something on the socials with the intention of encouraging someone to believe in their inherent value, but they do it with this wanting piece. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to believe that you are enough, that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are wonderful, worthwhile, and let your gift shine. I want you to do that. It's like, well, I'm not sure that that's ever produced any lasting fruit. You hear me talk about all the time, you've got to get help from someone who doesn't care about you, because the moment you are changing because someone wants you to do, then that obligation and expectation may produce short-term improvement, but it's resentment. It builds internal resentment when someone tells you what to do, and it never taps into deep, lasting change because it doesn't find internal motivation. So lasting change always comes from the inside, not from the outside. So the intention of me having a conversation about the fact that you are a gift to humanity is just meant to give you some more awareness and some more choice. Let's have a conversation about this and see whether or not it's true. Then you can decide what you'd like to do with it. So, the interesting data suggests, doesn't just suggest, it proves that we are each unique. There's only one of each of us. So, that being said, if there's only one of us, then if we don't show up as ourselves, then the world misses out on the uniqueness that we each bring. So in that token, we are a gift, and to bring ourselves to show up fully is to bring the world a gift. Now this is why I think that to be an adult and to fully show up and shine and not hide your light and bring your gift, to me, it is a journey toward the entrepreneurial space. I think if we each have something unique to give, then it does eventually look like you backing yourself enough to value that and bring that to the world. If you've heard me talk about the spiral dynamics, the 7 levels of living, then this is level 5, entrepreneurship. It's where I love working with people who are doing good work in the world, who are trying to bring their best, because I think that's really where insecurity creates massive limitations when you're trying to do good work and you haven't dealt with your fear of whether or not you're good enough. I have people push back all the time though, and they say, well, hang on, but everyone can't be entrepreneurs, and surely everyone is not an entrepreneur. If everyone's an entrepreneur, then who's doing the work? Well, here's the cool thing about spiral dynamics. Each level is valuable and useful and teaches us important lessons. So the level before level 5 entrepreneurship is level 4, the system. So that is about learning your craft. That is about serving someone else's vision. But it's not to serve someone else's vision for all time. It's to serve someone else's vision while you build your own strength, while you learn your own craft. It's your apprenticeship. It's where you learn to trust. It's where you learn to be open. It's where you learn how to do things. It's where you receive the wisdom of the last generation, those who've gone before you. Not so that you can be less than them or smaller than them or hide from them or just continue to make them look great or continue to promote their gift, but so that eventually you have the confidence and the strength and the skill to go bring your gift. If everyone's just being an entrepreneur, well, that looks like level 3 rebellion. That's, I don't want to trust anyone. I don't want to serve anyone else's vision. I don't want to learn anything. I'm just going to do my own thing. Well, the thing about the rebel is the rebel thinks they're going to go change the world. The rebel thinks that they're important and awesome, but they're always banging their head on lack of resources and limited thinking. They're angry. They're always about what they don't want. They don't trust, so they are always isolated, and they never get stuff done. So level 4, in between 3 rebellion, 5 system, is a very beautiful part of the process, just as long as you don't get stuck there. And by the way, just as long as you don't get stuck in level 5 entrepreneur, because that's not really bringing your gift. That's building the confidence and road testing your ideas and learning the lessons of money around that, so that ultimately level 6, you can make a contribution that's bigger than you and not even about you. That's really bringing your gift to the world. So it's a cool thing to consider, because if you understand that you're sitting on a mountain of value, if you have this incredible gold inside you, you kind of realize it would be pretty selfish to just keep sitting on that and to not bring that out. And so therefore, again, it raises the need to deal with insecurity, because insecurity is the only thing that would stop a person bringing their gift. This fear that I'm not good enough, that if I show up and shine, I'm going to be found out as inadequate, that my gift isn't really that good at all. So that's never true. But as with all fear, it grows stronger when it's unexamined. So, the point of this is, yeah, cool. The data would suggest you are unique. You have something of value to give. So the kindest thing you could do, the most generous thing you could do, the most meaningful thing you could do with that gift would be to grow it, would be to breathe on it, would be to enhance it, would be to develop it, so that it comes to the world formed and it comes to the world in a way that's useful to others. I've been thinking about this in my own life. I've been sitting on a book for 2 years around the Insecurity project, and it's been hard. I find it very, very difficult to write that book, hence why it's taken so long. But it's pretty unkind of me to keep sitting on that and to sidetrack that process. So one of the really interesting gifts that's come out of this COVID season for me has been an opportunity to slow down and have time to write that book. So my clear intention, I was talking with Nathan Griffith, my marketing branding guy, website guy, a beautiful friend, and such a key part of the Insecurity project. And he said, book launch is the 7th of July. And I went, okay, well, I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. That's great. So the book launch is the 7th of July. So, okay, then there's only one thing to do, and that is to bunker down and get this book written. So that is my way of thinking about this at the moment. To go, it's unkind to keep sitting on that book. People suffer for not knowing how to deal with insecurity. And if people don't deal with insecurity, then they don't bring their gift. And if they don't bring their gift, then the world misses out. So this is kind of important conversation. Important stuff. And if I'm sitting on something that could be useful for people, then it's about time that I showed up and did that work. So I'd love to hear how this is hitting the ground for you. I'd love to hear how you think about your own gift, your own giftedness, how much value you've placed on that, whether you've hid that light under a basket, whether you've diminished that, whether you've deferred to other people's giftedness and trusted their wisdom, whether you've doubted that you have any value at all, and just to review the data around that and explore what that might mean for you in this season. So I hope that's useful. As always, there's resources to keep thinking about this problem of insecurity. If you haven't got the 7 essential practices for overcoming insecurity, that PDF, let me know. Make sure that you've got that in your hot little hands. If you haven't taken the test, to see where it's costing you. The importance of the test is it brings it to the surface. it highlights the pain. The cool thing around pain is we can ignore it. But pain's a gift designed to move us away from danger to safety. So if you can stack the pain, which is practice 3, evidently, in the 7, then it increases your motivation for change. So that's the reason that test is so useful, because it goes, hey, listen, have a look at what's really going on here. You might be surprised at how much insecurity is actually costing you. Dive into the back catalogue of the podcast. Lots of great conversations and content there. And yeah, I think that's it for today. I hope you're all well. I'll talk to you next week.